Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back with some more World Tanks. So as you can see, this is SinisterGrimm, and he's returning in his E8. This is one of my favorite tier 6 tanks, just because of the maneuverability, the speed of that gun, and, well, it's got some half decent armor, mostly because of that angling on there. Ooh, let's go! There we go, that's it, angling. So this is a tier 7 game on, man, I've forgotten the name. Northwest. Yeah, I never would remember that. But anyways, so as much as it says a 61% chance of winning, that really is still about the same as a 50-50. Unless Sinister is in there making a difference, his team's still going to lose. So he's still got to be constrained. He's still got to be in the front of this fight. And look at that lemming train. I don't know if Sinister's realized it yet, but he seems to be leading the lemmings to their death. We have 4 of our 5 heavies coming down here. Boom. Well, there goes an enemy Hellcat who's suicided. But, you know, he scouted us all out, so obviously that's totally worth it, right? Not really, no. So, Sinister's using this hill for great effect. He's making sure that his, weak points are covered, and he's only really just popping his commander's hatch over this bridge to see if he can light somebody. Unlike her RIS, who's completely charging into the mayhem. The problem with RIS charging like that is, like we see on the map, we now have an enemy IS behind lines because he came along this road and nobody went up there to stop him. Nobody's even on this road. So that's a lot of space that the enemy can just glide right through. And now it's only Sinister up against, well, it's a Churchill 1, so it's not that bad. But this could, potentially you could see the enemy Tiger here really easily. As this is kind of the kind of place the enemy Tiger will probably end up anyway. Ooh, those snapshots, sadly missing. Beautiful, well-aimed shot, takes out the Churchill, and now he's getting flank shots on the SU-152. Unfortunately, turns his gun this way. We're not going to keep getting those flank shots. On the downside, I'm fairly certain our... no, it looks like the SU-101 may take out the enemy IS. I don't know how that worked. That was weird. There goes our Hellcat, popped a single shot by the SU-152, which will definitely happen. And, ooh, Sinister was going for the tracks, trying to immobilize this guy, and the SU-152 has done the weirdest thing ever, and has actually ran past an E8 and let Sinister just murder him. He's just gonna keep hitting him over and over again from behind, and there was nothing that guy could do. As soon as he charged us, he had lost that fight. Now, unfortunately, we have let yet another enemy tank through our lines, and now we have an enemy KV-1S behind us. Yes, the upside is that our entire team is almost inside their base. However, they have a lot of tanks that can still dish out some serious damage alive and in fairly powerful positions. Now that their Tiger is probably going to come take out our SU-101, and it looks like our ELC is... No, he's not going to cap. Oh, that's good. He's a higher ELO player, so I hope he's going to go scouting. Sorry, it's still fairly early in the morning here, so sorry for the yawning. Our KV-1S, or the enemy KV-1S, is about to take out our SU. Unless the KV-2 can get there in time and do something about it. Come on, KV. Nope. There goes our SU, and we lost a Panzersoufflé as well. KV-2 misses. Thankfully, Sinister doesn't, and he just keeps pouring shells into this back of this KV-1S. And he's doing a beautiful job circling the guy, so the guy can't really get his gun on target. ends up below the KV's gun depression, and it wouldn't have mattered even if the KV could get his gun around in time, because he wouldn't have been able to aim down far enough to do anything about it. And now the Tiger is tracked in the open, and Sinister's just gonna pour the damage through this guy. There's nothing this guy can do about it. Ooh, he gets ammo racked. Okay, well, the downside to all this is the Tiger was really delaying us and letting their team cap. So that is the T-49 and the Flat Panzer that are trying to cap. Upside is we have an ELC racing towards our base, and there's no way he doesn't get there in time. So we're about to win this thing by capping. Oh, the ARL played it beautifully for his team and managed to damage one of our friendly cappers, and his team is about to win the game because of this the great play. But beautiful shot by... Ooh, okay, so I'm just going to pause that for a second here. So, you notice Sinister came in, and he shot this guy, and then he immediately switched targets to T-49, effectively making sure that the enemy has no chance of capping. And then he sets the Flat Panzer on fire. And, we're taking some serious damage from the Flat Panzer, but should be able to kill him here in a second. Nope, looks like our team's going to win the game. Oh, beautiful. So we managed to win the game by capping and by killing the entire enemy team. It's a win for everybody. I love those types of wins because they mean that the guys who spent all that time capping don't lose any experience for it. And, of course, we get to kill their entire team. So, 3,500 experience with a triple, without premium though. Completely worthwhile and a great game. Pulling out his ace tanker, also netted the high caliber and defender. This was not surprising. What was surprising though to me was that ELC couldn't get his gun on target and couldn't do any damage to either of the cappers. And personally, if I'd been that ELC, I think I would have gone for the ram more than for the sniping shots, because in ELC, unless you're in a bush, you're not going to have time to aim long enough to snipe out targets like that. Whereas if he'd raced in and done the ELC aggressive thing, he may have been able to ram somebody. It probably would have killed him, but definitely would have taken points off the cap and let our team secure the win. But as it is, we had Sinister there to back him up and make sure he guaranteed that win. 2,400 damage over 5 kills. Sadly, couldn't get his top gun, and a whole whackload of experience over anyone else in the game. Props to the SU-100M1 here. He stood alone against an IS and a KV-1S, and he only barely died to the KV-1S. So he deserves some props. 34 shots fired, 25 actually went into the enemy, and all that damage, right? And that was a great game, and I wish, this is the kind of games that I wish you could retroactively give somebody a premium count, because he definitely deserved the added experience and added cash for playing such an amazing game. So thank you, Sinister, for sending it in. And thank you guys for hitting that like or subscribe button. If you guys like my stuff, hit the like button. If you don't, hit the dislike button. The more feedback I get from you guys, the better videos I can put out. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great night, guys. This is ioEther out.